Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another amazing episode of Executive Insight, where every week we answer 4 business questions.
3 from various levels of your business journey and 1 personal question as a business owner.
Today we will be talking about branding that connects. That's personal versus business branding, storytelling, and trust building. I'm your host, Gervais Nelson, CEO of VaseTime, as well as the founder of the VaseTime Foundation, alongside my amazing co-host here.
Hey everyone, I am Marie Rose, CEO of Rosebud Studios and founder and president of Rose Petals to Success and Thorn Free Business Academy. Feel free to add any comments, likes, shares, and of course be sure to subscribe as we share our executive insights.
Question number 1 is for our aspiring entrepreneurs. What's the first step an aspiring entrepreneur should take to build personal or business brand that people can instantly connect with, and what's the difference between the two?
I say the first step is to be transparent, honest. You being emotionally connected to whatever you put out there and being true to what your beliefs are is easier for you to sell. It's easier for you to be relatable because that is your true personality. So people usually connect with things that touch personal feelings. So that is what I think the first step is finding what your purpose is. What made you create this business? What problem are you solving? Obviously, it was something that you did not like, that is my big tagline, right? I built my businesses off of something that of all the things I did not like. I did not like walking into rooms and coming out with a bunch of notes and no information, tangible information.
Right.
So I created classes and networking events that are targeted towards certain topics. When creating something relatable to my personal brand, people love to see the true you, your lifestyle, what are your values, what do you cherish, whether if you're a mom, if you're a dad, if you're religious, whatever it is, if you're into sport, people want to see what you do to create your greatness. They want to see the real in you during your personal brand.
Personally, I think it's all about your origin story. Make sure you strategically tell your story so other people can't tell your story for you.
Exactly.
You can't be afraid to show your strength. You gotta be able to share your vision strategically. Question number 2. These are some gems to help you get along and get ahead of the pack. How important is storytelling when developing your brand? And what are some ways new businesses can use their founder's story to emotionally connect with their audience? Your story is what makes you you. That's what separates you. I guess going back to that whole personal thing, I am like one of those people who likes to be particular about certain things. I am pretty anal about certain things. I like to be educated. I like to know. I like to do things. I like to learn about the best way to do things. So that's what separates me from my competition, because when you get that particular side of me, that comes with me in my business. So you already know things are going to be done a certain way. It's going to be done to the best ability. I just like nice things. So it's going to be done at a high end. It's going to be done at a high caliber. Everything's going to be counted for. Everything's going to be X'd off. So those particular things like that is uniquely me transferred into the business, into the work. If it's not going to be undercut, it's not going to be shortcut. Why? Because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So because I'm not like that, my work isn't going to be like that, because my work is a reflection of me.
My story, as I grew, the parts of my story that I tell, some parts are never revealed. So when I first started, I started telling why I created this. Why I created this, I would incorporate my mother in it. My mother became unknown, so I didn't have to speak on it. The more years or the more things you expand to, you can't always have time to go back to the beginning story. And they just want to hear the shortened version of how you got here now and what is the purpose. It develops based on the level of business you're in and the audience that you're presenting to. Behind why you did everything, there's a purpose in your story. That purpose is how you emotionally connect to your audience, because your audience is the people that can relate to your business or the problem that you're solving. They have that need.
This is for our established business owners, those in the scale-up phase, listening for something new, want some fresh airs, fresh eyes on something that's going on in your business. What strategies have helped you constantly build trust in your brand over time? And how do you handle situations when trust is challenged?
Always showing up and not over-promising and under-delivering. Consistently showing up is how I have been able to build trust in my business consistently. So I had to learn that. I'm a person who is, I guess they would say gift of gab, but that's not a negative thing. I'm able to think quick on my feet. If someone gives me something, say they want me to come speak, And it falls under the umbrella of something that I do, but I didn't think of this specific topic or this specific thing, niche. I'm able to quickly say, paint the picture, put the numbers in my head and say, okay, I can do that. But understanding what my limits are and saying, okay, I can do that, but I must have somebody in my mind if I can't, that can assist me with this. That's how I've been able to consistently build trust. There has been an instance or two where I have dropped the ball. Maybe I thought that I could do it. I wasn't able to. Things always don't work out. How do you recover from that? Figure out a way. You have to make up for it. For me, I was able to give a donation to the person's organization on my behalf because that was a smaller amount than what it was going to cost for me to participate.
So I believe in the long game. Understanding, having a long-term vision. Sometimes, a lot of times people play like checkers, where they come out and they're just hopping all over the board. If you play chess, it's a long strategy, long vision game. Mm-hmm. So everything that I'm doing is kind of like, yeah, I understand this is happening right now, but I know where I'm going to be in 5 years, 2 months. So particularly this one contract that just happened, that was something that I curated for 2 years. 2 years it took me to get that contract, but it was worth it. You know what I mean? Like, just to keep it short and frank, it was worth it.
Yeah.
And that was something that a relationship building, that was helping out, it was volunteering. It was all these things that established and built a relationship that I would not have had access to get to any other way. Mm-hmm. So I had to understand, like, all right, it has to be a bigger purpose for this. And I had to, like, play the long game with it. Just maintaining the vision, staying abreast to it, not getting caught up in trends, not getting caught up in fads and what other people do. I moved to my own drum. Mm-hmm. And I just do what feels right to me, and I just always try to do the right thing. Question number 4, our bonus question, my favorite question of the day. What part of your personal identity or journey do you believe most shaped how people perceive your business brand today? The part of my personal identity or journey that I believe most shaped me or how people perceive me today is my journey. My background in art, retail, and medical. It's because I brought all of those things from a corporate setting to a retail setting to an art, which is like a freelance setting. And I apply all of those different things into my business. And people can see that because basically I can relate to anybody on any level. Like, if you want to be corporate, I can have a corporate conversation with you and it's authentic and it's real. If you want to have an art conversation, I can connect with you and have a real conversation with you. It's not made up. Mm-hmm. I'm only speaking about things that I know. I'm very versatile.
So for me, I think that a part of my personal identity is that I've always been rebellious, and no's motivate me. So I've always pushed higher. So I've been like that since I could remember. I just always did things that were different and out of the norm. So I've carried that into business. In business, if you look at my journey, me being my own type of business owner, refacing or showing what the CEO looks like, purposely putting myself in rooms that I typically would not be welcomed in, I'm putting myself in to make ways for people like me to get in. Please remember that everything we stated was general advice shared from our actual experiences and research. While you can apply most of this information to your business, we recommend that you contact us directly to schedule a one-on-one so we can ensure that the advice given addresses your specific business needs. Every business is special and has their own needs.
Next week's theme, you're definitely going to want to tune in. This is my favorite one. We're going to be talking about mastering your market, researching, positioning, and owning your niche. That is my favorite. And also stay inspired and never stop creating.
See ya.